my name is Lynn Daniels. We are part of a family-operated business, federal certified hearing. Today we're going to do a presentation for you concerning the maintenance and upkeep of your hearing aids. In just a moment, my brother Rich is going to come and explain the procedures. The Lord bless you, and thank you very much for choosing Federal Certified Hearing.
In this presentation today, we're going to cover the maintenance and operations of your hearing aids. The first thing I want to talk about are the batteries. There are 40 batteries in your box. Each pack has 4 batteries. On the front side of the card, you will find our phone number, a toll-free number, 800 number. Every time you need to get batteries, just give us a call and we'll send them right out to you. The batteries have a little bit of toxic mercury or lead or something in them. You wouldn't want to be leaving these laying around where babies could put them in their mouth or dogs or cats could chew on. You'll find an emergency number on the back side of the card in case anyone were to accidentally swallow these. The batteries have about a 2 or 3 year shelf life, not being used if they're kept in a cool, dry place. To get access to the batteries, you're going to peel down the back door. As you spin this dial, the batteries will come out. Each one of the batteries have a tag on them. You have to take those tags off to activate the batteries. Once you activate that battery is going to be dead in 7 to 10 days. Use it, don't use it. So just take the tags off the batteries as you need them. There is a positive and a negative to the batteries. If you look at these closely, you will actually see on the smooth side that it has a plus etched in the battery. On the negative side, it is a black ring. The hearing aids have a right and a left. You can tell that the right hearing aid has a red mark on it, has a red mark inside the battery door. To put the batteries in, you're going to grab that between your thumb and your index and just snap it right into the side. If you put the battery in backwards, which I will do right now, it'll still fit into that compartment, but you'll feel resistance when you're trying to close that door. You get the battery in there properly, smoothly, the door should close very easily. At night, you do not have to take the batteries out. Just slightly open the door, put them into your case. When you close the door in the morning, it takes about 5 or 6 seconds for that computer to boot up in there, and then the hearing aid is ready to go. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about on the hearing aids is cleaning and maintenance. The hearing aids are extremely water resistant. So if you accidentally get into the shower, my wife actually went into a swimming pool with hers last summer, all you're going to find that you have to do is to replace that battery. The battery is not waterproof. As far as cleaning and maintenance, you have a black bud on the end. That's the part that's inserted into your ear. It's actually replaceable. It will get dried wax, skin, that type of thing on there. You can use your cloth to wipe it off. Inside your kit, you're going to find a maintenance tool. This maintenance tool has a brush on there, has a little pick. It has a magnet on there for picking batteries up. So to clean this tip off, you can wipe it off with a towel. You can brush it off with this with the brush, and you can even use this little wire loop if you got a little piece of wax or dried skin caught in there to dig it out. The only purpose of this black bud is that when you slide this into your ear, you want to have a nice smooth surface. Without that bud, and the buds are replaceable and they can be removed, you would not have a smooth surface being pushed into your ear. It'll take me just a minute to put this back on. It just slides back over there. Underneath the black wax, black earbud is a tiny white wax filter. And my preference, rather than pulling it off, is to push this on even farther. That way I'm not in danger of dropping it on the ground, the carpet, trying to figure out where in the world it went. So I just slide it on to the receiver a little farther. You'll find this little white tip on the end. It has a screen in there. You can use the brush again to brush it out, to dig wax out of it. You can do that, or it can actually be replaced. In your kit, you will find replacement wax guards. Inside the plastic casing here, you will find some wax guards. You pull one of the red sticks out. If you look closely at it, you'll see a white tip on the end. That's your replacement wax guard. On the other end is a tool designed for taking this old wax guard out. It's not unusual for those things when they're brand new to stick inside that receiver. If that happens, just use your fingernail, pop it right out of there, and then insert the new one. But this tool is designed to take the old wax guard out. So you take the end that is the opposite, that has the wax guard on it. You just push it right into the old wax guard. You want to pull it straight out, and when you do, the wax guard comes out. You can turn that stick over, insert the new wax guard into it, and this goes into the garbage. Now the only thing we have left to do is we have to roll this rubber bud back over the wax guard. The most common thing to go wrong with your hearing aids you're going to find is the battery. That'll go dead about once a week. I've gotten in the habit of just putting a new battery in there. I do it every Sunday just before I go to church. Grab a new battery, put it in there. I won't have to worry about it for the rest of the week. The second thing that will happen is that you will get wax that gets past the rubber bud. And when that happens, you're going to find that your hearing aids are not working. So that would be the second thing I would go after. A very quick test that I often use on my hearing aids to see if they're working: is the battery on? Do I have wax in the end of it? Is everything working the way it's supposed to? As I take my hand and I just slightly run it over the microphone. When you do that, if everything's working, if the battery's up to snuff, if everything's not plugged in here, you'll hear a scratching sound. And I'm going to have you try to do that after we put these hearing aids on your ears. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the right and the left hearing aid. The right hearing aid has a red mark at the end. Also inside the battery door, underneath the battery of course, you'll find a red mark. This indicates that the red is right. It's pretty obvious. I'm going to teach you how to put these on, and this does take a little practice. But when you hang this over the ear, this earbud has to be pointed towards your head. It's pretty obvious if you hang that on the left ear that the earbud's going to the wrong direction. I mentioned earlier that this has two different microphones on it. And those microphones, this hearing aid has the capability of knowing when you've gone into a noisy environment. When you've done that, it's automatically going to switch over to a directional mic to where it's only amplifying the noises that are in front of you and not the noises behind you. When you leave that environment and you go into a quiet environment, it's going to go back to surround sound. So the hearing aid is all automated with the exception of the micro switch button, which I have told you is going to turn the volume up and down. It takes a little practice to put these hearing aids on. I've wore hearing aids for approximately 2 years, and the first few days of doing this was just a little bit on the awkward side. So I'm going to try to show you the things that I've learned that will make this a little easier in your transition. You're going to take the hearing aid, we're going to start with the right one today, and you're going to kind of hold it at the top of the U. You're going to slide the hearing aid right over your ear. And the next thing you're going to see if you're looking in a mirror is that the bud is just kind of hanging there by the ear canal. You're going to take this earbud, wiggle it into your ear canal. You can't go too far. The plastic is going to sit right next to your ear. And then this little plastic thing jumped up into the bowl of my ear. And that's what stops that earbud from sliding in and out of your ear. If you looked really close at your hearing aid, you'd see that your string is pretty straight, whereas mine has a nice curve on it. And that's just a curve that has developed over a period of time and it formed itself to the bowl of my ear. So traditionally what happens when you first put these on is you put them up there and you go to grab the bud, put it in your ear, and the next thing you know you pull it off your ear or you drop it, and that's all par for the course. It just takes a little while because you're not used to hanging stuff over your ear to get used to this. To make a change on the volume, you're going to put your thumb right in the upper part of your pinna. You're going to slide your index finger down until you feel the rise in that button, and as you push that, you will get an indicator either through words or beeps indicating that you've changed to the next volume increase. Sometimes when I'm wearing my hearing aids, if I've missed something that my wife has said or somebody has said to me, the hearing aids are so comfortable, I'm wondering, did the battery go dead? Because these do have an indicator in them. When the batteries go dead, it's going to actually say the word battery in your ear. But if you're in a noisy environment, I suppose it's possible that you could not hear that. And so I'll say, why did I miss what my wife said? Did I miss something? Is the battery dead? And so if I just take my fingers and I just rub it over the microphones, I pick up this scratching sound. And that indicates to me that my batteries are alive and well, that my hearing aid is installed properly. If you cannot hear that scratching sound, you have one of three problems. Either the hearing aid's not in your ear correctly, the battery is dead, or you've gotten wax on the end of the earbud. The hearing aids do have a loss and damage warranty. All the repairs, anything that could possibly go wrong with these is all covered during the first year, including loss. Now traditionally, the state will not pay for lost hearing aids. They'll pay for your repairs, they'll pay for their batteries. Anything that goes on with these is considered to be normal wear and tear. But they will not pay for abnormal damage or if you just lost them altogether. So we put insurance on these. These hearing aids are insured. They do have a deductible associated with them. If I have to file a claim with the factory that the hearing aids have been lost or destroyed, there is a deductible associated with that. But the state will never pay for the hearing aids that have been lost. But they take care of all your normal wear and tear and your batteries, anything that would be associated with this.
Once again, we would like to thank you for using Federal Certified Hearing to meet your hearing needs. If you have anything that comes up in the way of need for repair or maintenance, please call us on our 800 number. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure serving you.